Hey friends, this is Coach Coop with Capco Sports, the championship academy for players, coaches, and officials. We are in the coach's office with thoughts on Thursday. Coaches, this message is for your athletes. Fight, retreat, or surrender. Well, by fight, we mean compete. And if you don't understand in the world of sports which of those three is the most important and should be the only one to focus on, then please stop this video right now and get an answer to that question, which it should be. The athlete, no matter what level you play at, you have a finite number of games that you're going to play in. If you coach, then the number of games that you can compete in grows exponentially by the number of games that you're going to coach for. But this message is directed mainly for the athletes. Competing, which we mean by fighting, in that fight, retreat, or surrender, competing is not just against your game day opponent. There are a number of different competitors that you need to prepare for. Yes, the opponent is a game day opponent, right? But there's two more competitors that lead up to game day that you must be focused on. One of them is the competitors amongst your own team, your teammates, right? How do we challenge them to be better? How do you challenge them to move ahead of them in the depth chart? Creating competition so that, using the old phrase, that all boats rise when the tide rises. We want to make all players better, right? And the top players are going to ascend to the top of your depth chart. So that's the one competitor that we need to focus on. The second, and arguably probably the more important competitor leading up to game day, is of course the student athlete himself, competing against yourself to be, frankly, to be a better you. Now, there's a couple things that you need to compete on. You need to focus on when competing against yourself physically. Okay, what's important? Sleep, hydration, nutrition, all leading up to quality practices, and of course, being able to compete on game day. And within that is quality practice reps. How do you get better physically on the field during practice? Are you going 100%? You giving your all or not? Okay, only the student athlete can answer that. Coaches will observe that, and whether or not the student athlete moves up or down the depth chart is dependent upon how the student athlete performs, right? So, athletes, you got to give it your all. Mentally, of course, you need to get in the playbook. You need to watch film, not only film of your opponent, but also of yourself. Right? So, we need efficiencies out of our players. Okay, we need effort, we need execution. And some of the best ways to get that are study film of yourself and also study the playbook. The last thing I want to talk about is your emotions. Okay, there's a lot going on in a student athlete's life. It's not just about the sport you're playing, but there's the world around us, right? Family, community, academic happenings that are going all the time. Those of us who are coaching student athletes, there's a lot of things going on. They're developing, through their teenage and youth years. So there's a lot of emotions going on, and some of them are just trying to see where they fit in. The great thing about sports is, for those couple hours a day, you need to check those emotions at the door. All right, and this is a chance for you to clear your head, focus on something different than your emotions. Right? Use sports as the advantage for you to break through those emotions, get a break from those things that are maybe puzzling to you or affecting you, and execute the best you can within a sport. So, coaches, I would really like for you to share this message with your student athletes as they go into the fall season, or any season for that matter, all right, so that they understand what they need to do to improve and make a great impact on their team. Thanks for now. If you like this, please give us a thumbs up, and if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll get notified of future Thoughts on Thursday. Take care, folks. Have a great season.